Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be participating in Tag Tuesday by doing the Traveling with Books tag, which I was tagged at by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading all the way back in early September of 2022. I'm really sorry I forgot about it for so long, and so let's just get down with it. Number one, do you read when you travel? I'm really embarrassed to look back over my responses all these months later and realize I interpreted this way too literally. Like, I thought it was asking, do you read while you were like physically literally traveling? No, it obviously probably meant, do you read when you're on holiday taking a vacation? And for the first one I wrote yes, but never in a moving vehicle, because I get really bad car sickness many times. But sometimes I will read in a plane. But obviously when I am on holiday, taking a vacation, taking a trip somewhere, I do frequently read books. How could you not? Although obviously sometimes, depending on your itinerary and how long you have there, you can't really have much time to like read and relax. You're just being like yanked from one thing to another if you're on a tour, and like you're so tired by the end of the day and don't have much time for yourself, but you just like get ready for the next day. If you're only going to be there for 2 days, sometimes you just are just focusing on being with your family or having fun at the beach, and you can't really have much time for reading. But obviously I try to read as much as I can when I am on holiday. Number two, do you travel with paper books? Yeah, of course. They're much, much more lightweight, obviously, than hardcover books. Although the kind of books I like to read, they tend to be like really big door stoppers. So that gets really, really heavy really quickly if you're taking a lot of them. So obviously you want to be judicious about how many books you're taking, depending on the length of them. But yes, I absolutely love traveling with paperback books. I do have a future video planned about like trim sizes and book formatting and all that fun jazz, because as I've gotten older, my eyes aren't what they used to be, unfortunately. Without my scleral contacts, I'm practically blind in my right eye, unfortunately, and so like mass market paperbacks aren't really the trim size that's the most comfortable for me to read, either to hold in my hand or look at with my like eyes. So unfortunately, that's just what happens when we age. Number three, do you travel with an e-reader? I do have an e-reader. I haven't read it for the longest time. I know the battery is dead. It's long overdue to be recharged, but I have never personally traveled with my e-reader, although I obviously have read it in the past, like particularly when I was like at working at an Orthodox day camp, and I was in the nursery bunk, and the kids had to take a nap every afternoon for an hour, and so obviously you didn't really have anything else to fill your time with then. So I would like read some books on an e-reader, and I really, really would like to get back to reading on my e-reader, both when I'm at home and traveling. Number four, how many books do you pack when you travel? It depends on the trip. In the past, my mother often got really bent out of shape if she saw me trying to take too many books or CDs on a family trip, as though I had an entire extra suitcase, or they were spilling out of my bag and not leaving room for anything else. This is just, one of many things where my mother and I have much different personalities and interests and stuff. Like, she was like, oh no, we're going to be late to the airport, or we won't get on the road in time because you're taking so many extra books. And it's like, I was just taking like a few extras. Thanks. Like, how are we going to be late to the airport, or like, miss the entire, like traveling in the car time by so many hours just because I'm taking a few extra books? Believe it or not, some of us believe in actually relaxing on a vacation instead of just, oh, we're going to live out of a suitcase and only take a few pairs of clothes, don't take anything fun, because we're just going to like rush there and then rush back, and even sometimes even like rush back early, even though the rest of the family is spending an extra day or two like having fun on the holiday, and can't understand why I'm like rushing back first thing in the morning on a weekend instead of just relaxing and having fun. Some people just have much different priorities. And so anyway, I wasn't even taking that many books when I went on holiday, maybe like 3 or 4 if I had to guess, but definitely know I was not taking nearly as many as she was, like fatalistically exaggerating I was taking with me. And obviously it does, again, depend on the length of the trip. If you're going to be away for like, obviously most people who aren't rich in the modern era or in any era couldn't really ever do this, like take 2 weeks or an entire month or the entire summer on holiday. But if I were in a luxury world, able to do that, I would definitely take many books, at least like 10 or so, just to, like have fun reading at night in the summer. And sometimes like when we went to the Baldpate Inn for my maternal grandparents' 50th anniversary, was actually a few months before their anniversary, but it was more convenient to get the whole family together in the summer. This was in July of 2001. There was an awesome little library at the inn, the Baldpate Inn we were staying at. There were lots of cabins scattered around the property, and there was all these really cool, fun, interesting books. I guess it was like the lounge part, and there was a library in there. So that's like something really cool and fun to find when you're going on holiday. Number 5. Does where you go or how long you are traveling impact the amount or type of books you take? I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I pretty much answered this question in number 4. Yes, if I'm going on a dream vacation that's going to last like 2 weeks, an entire month, the entire summer, the entire year, you can dream, can't you? Of course I'm going to take many, many books versus if it's just like a 3-day trip to the beach or whatever. Yeah, I'm only going to take maybe like one book or so, if that at all. And even if I do take just the one book, I might not even have a lot of time to read it or just like, forget about it because I'm having so much fun on vacation, or I'm just so tired by the end of every day. I don't really have any interest in doing anything else but, going to sleep or just like talking with the family or friends or whoever I'm traveling there with, or like going over the photographs I took that day or whatever. But, again, it all always depends. Number 6. Do you buy books when traveling or visit bookshops and libraries? Yes, of course. I've gone to so many awesome bookshops when I'm on vacation. Sadly, almost all of my books are in storage 900 miles away. And I'm sorry for the bad lighting, by the way. It's really overcast. It's like raining and like thundering and stuff. Yeah, I've gone to a used bookstore in Sarasota, Florida, where my favorite aunt lives. It's a really, really fun bookstore. I got a number of books there, again, sadly, all in storage. And I went to some bookstores in Denver when I was visiting my surviving uncle several times, and just like I'm trying to think off the top of my head, these wonderful bookstores. Yeah, I went to several different used bookstores in Sarasota. I was just thinking of the one, and I went to a bunch of bookstores, and during my 3 Israel trips, and just like so many. The one I was really, really thinking of, I can't believe I forgot it, is a wonderful, wonderful used bookstore. I hope it's still in business in Hyannis and Cape Cod. Some of my favorite books I bought there, like Russian literature since 1953. That was a wonderful, wonderful book. I really, really miss it. It's been in storage with all my other books for 6 years now, just like really sad stuff. And if you saw my previous 2 videos, they were basically the same video, but the later one was just like basically a redo of the first one about the Jewish religious books currently in my possession. I did show you one book, which I believe I bought it in Tzfat, which is one of the 4 holy cities of Judaism, and it's in northern Israel in the Galilee. That's the city I'm hoping to live in after I make Aliyah, move to Israel, if it's not Jerusalem, which is my other top choice. And this is a Haggadah used for the Passover Seder. I'll show you guys. This is called the Liberty Haggadah. It's filled with absolutely beautiful photographs and artwork documenting our people's struggle to be free in our indigenous homeland for so many, like almost 2,000 years of exile, until we finally realized the dream. And of course, there were many people who fortunately never left Israel, although obviously the majority of us did go into diaspora all over the world. It's just absolutely beautiful. Like, hopefully someday, God willing, I will finally have my own family and be able to use this at a Seder instead of like forever having to go to community Seders, because I'm the lone weirdo who still doesn't have a spouse or children. It's really, really hard and lonely to be a family of one in such a family-oriented religion. I really did believe for so many years I would have a husband and children long ago. I did not get to be 43 years old, still unmarried and childless on purpose. I wanted a family for so many years, and hopefully someday I will, finally realize that awesome, beautiful dream. I know if you are wondering, I am planning a series of videos, possibly on a new channel just focused on Jewish content, or maybe on this channel. Obviously, maybe it could overlap on the 2 channels when they have, both the things in common about the Jewish books on my shelf and just like other Jewish books and Judaism, Jewish peoplehood and theology and stuff like that in general. So I'll look forward to a future video talking about this book in much more detail if that kind of thing interests you. Number 7 is to tag some travelers, but because this tag is so old by now, like pretty much everyone who wanted to do it has done it, I guess. But if you haven't done it by now, feel free to tag yourself. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy content like this, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. And I absolutely love seeing comments from my viewers so I can have conversations with these guys. And I'm sorry I forgot to mention this earlier. I kind of wore this shirt on purpose for today because I was doing the traveling with books tag, and I got this when I was traveling. I got this on one of my trips to Israel. I think I might have gotten it at the gift shop at Masada. If not, I got it obviously somewhere else at another gift shop. I really absolutely love this shirt. The C piece, the hear piece, C piece, speak piece, and the doves, which is really special to me because I've been a pacifist for pretty much my entire life. One of my core values, but yeah, obviously that's a topic for a whole other thing. And again, thank you guys very much for watching, and please don't forget to leave a comment, and I will see you very soon. Thanks again. Bye.